Welcome to An Apple a Day, a podcast, a resource, a community. Share your experiences and learn from others as we overcome barriers and learn to live a happy, healthy life with a disability. Welcome to the community. Here's your host, Jimmy Apple.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Apple. I'm your host for An Apple a Day podcast. An Apple a Day podcast is brought to you by www.famousapple.com. Here's the thing, though. Today's not a full podcast. Today's just a bit, a bite, a taste, a slice of the apple. That's right. We're only giving you a little taste today. Today we're going to talk about what's going to happen this weekend on An Apple a Day. So, I want to let you know, I'm back. That's right, I was in the hospital for a week. I was in the EMU, the Epileptic Monitoring Unit. There they were testing me for epilepsy to see if I had any seizures. Throughout the entire week, I had one little minor episode. Other than that, here I am. And I tell you what, my friends, if you ever have to spend a week in the hospital, spending it in the Epilepsy Monitoring Unit is the way to go. You go in there, they attach about 30 probes to your head. They use a little bit of a paste. They push these probes against your head. They put a hat over your head to hold the probes in place. They put 2 probes on you to monitor your cardiac activity. And there you sit. They put an IV in you, all right, just in case they need it during the week. You have to get a daily Luvenox shot to make sure you don't get blood clots, but that's a big whoop. You know, the one thing about the Luvenox shots is they give them to you in your stomach. Yes, when they first told me years ago, when I first had to get a Luvenox shot, they came in and they said, well, we're going to have to give you the shot in your stomach. I looked at them, I was like, yeah, okay, stop joking. They were not joking. I was like, what, are you kidding me? A shot in my stomach. They said, it's the best place to get it. You're not going to feel it. Your stomach and your butt, those are the 2 places that have the most fat on your body. I was like, yeah, okay, a shot in the stomach. Let me tell you something, my friends. They're right. You don't feel it. I got 5 shots of Luvenox this week. Didn't feel a thing. If you have to get a shot anyway, your stomach is a good place. And, you know, I learned that, too, with doing the insulin shots. My doctor had told me with the shots to give them to myself in the stomach because what was happening was I was giving them to myself in my legs, and I'd have my wife do my arms for me, and I look like a junkie shooting up drugs. I had these track marks all over, and the doctor had said start using your stomach, and I did, and it was easy. It was less painful, absolutely less painful. Actually, when I put in my insulin pump, put the catheter in, I have to shoot a needle into my stomach, and believe me, you don't feel a thing. So those Luvenox shots were nothing. But anyway, I spent 5 days in there. The one thing that I had to do out of the ordinary for them was a sleep deprivation day, where I got up at 6:30 in the morning and stayed awake until 2 o'clock the next morning. For me, that was like a regular day almost. But they said it was sleep deprivation, so I did it. And like I said, I only came out with one incident, and it was a minor incident. Anyway, I'm back, and I'm happy to be back with you guys. I missed doing last week's episode, but we're back on track. So I was speaking with some people about what we've been talking about. We've been talking about going on vacation and road trips and stuff like that. And it was brought to my attention that not everybody, number one, can afford to do that, which is the truth. I know that probably better than anybody at this point in my life. That's why I was looking for the least expensive things to do. And not everybody can sit for a road trip, which is true. I've been in that boat too, where I couldn't sit for more than a half hour in a car. So that does kind of ruin the idea of a road trip. So, you know, we started looking at other things, and one of the things that are important, no matter what, whether you're home or whether you're on vacation, you have to have something that diverts your mind, that gives you something else to think about other than being disabled, other than being sick. And that's a hobby. People become very cavalier with the disabled. It's like, oh, give them a book. You know, yeah, go read a book. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy reading, but to me, reading is a pastime. It's not a hobby. The same thing, I've had people, oh, here, you do crossword puzzles. Again, I don't mind doing crossword puzzles. It's a pastime. It's not a hobby. You have to come up with a hobby. Then they say, well, you know, hobbies, it could be difficult for people with disabilities. Okay, right. There are hobbies that are that are hard for people with disabilities, physical disabilities. Like you're not going to go out, you're probably not going to play around the golf. You're not going to go scuba diving. You're not going to go rock climbing. More than likely, you're not going to go skydiving. You're not going to rappel down walls. But there are other things. There are other hobbies that you can do. And I'm not talking about, collecting butterflies or whatever. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But there's so many things out there that we can do. And to me, a hobby isn't reading or watching TV. A hobby is something that you can do, that you can progress with, that you can grow with. So we're going to be discussing that this weekend. Different hobbies for people with disabilities. Things that they're not just going to fill your time. They're going to give you something to do with your time. Okay, there's a difference between filling your time and something to do with your time. It's kind of like work and busy work. You know what I mean? So we're going to be talking about that this weekend and a couple of other things. So I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling stronger. I hope you've had a great week. Hope you had a great week last week. And I hope you'll stop by this weekend and we can talk some more. Thank you so much for stopping by today. And I just want to leave you with this. Remember, things can always be worse. There are people out there right now, right this very minute, striving to get what you have. So don't take what you have for granted. And remember, things can always be worse. Okay, my friends, I'll talk to you over the weekend. Thanks a lot for stopping by today. I'm Jimmy Apple. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to An Apple a Day with Jimmy Apple, your gateway to a happy, healthy life. Join our community at www.famousapple.com. See you next time.